Hello. How are you today? I'm so excited to be here. What an amazing time we're having in the Create Your Life challenge. And I'm so happy to see that people are applying to take their next step. And my question to you is, what if? What if you realized everything in your life was a choice? What if you realized everything in your life was a choice to see things in a different perspective, to take things and reprogram them so that you can believe in a life that you truly want, not just hope for it, but actually believe it and begin to live it? What would that mean to you? I read through the comments. I read through I'm all in. Yeah, heck yes. You're committed. I got it. Yes, I can. You have been absolutely amazing, and you are taking your life to the next level. And everything is possible when you realize it's a choice. You have a choice to show up here. You had a choice to watch. You had a choice to participate. You had a choice. Drop down below the word choice if you realize now that you can choose to be happy. You can choose to move forward. You can choose to take what has happened in the past, leave it in the past, heal it, process it, and move forward. So lean in if you're ready. You're ready to move forward and take the next step. Yeah. And so I wanted to share with you someone who was scared. I know that it's scary to invest in yourself. I know that it's scary to say yes to you. You heard Doreen yesterday. You heard Doreen yesterday in the sense that she was scared. She didn't even know it was possible. She didn't even know she was allowed to say yes to herself. So I'm sharing with you someone that was scared and didn't know how to say yes, that was in a place of not taking care of herself, and now living a life being fulfilled. So here is somebody that decided to make choices, make choices every single day, right? Every single moment she chooses whether she wants to feel better now, see things from a higher perspective, or stay in the yuck feeling, right? So take a minute here, really listen to Angelica's story and realize this can happen for you too. So let me see how I do this again. Would be wonderful is to share somebody with you that I met, I want to say probably about 8 months ago. And she has learned to totally see her life in a new perspective and has done amazing things so far, just in the last few months of me knowing her. And I'd like to introduce you to Miss Angelica. Hi, Angelica. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for coming on today. I know you actually have to work today, so I really appreciate you finding the time to do this with me. And my question to you is, after the last few months of working together, and I know that you've taken the Fear to Freedom course and you're currently in my Energy Mastery program, what's the difference in your perspective? How has your perspective changed in your life?
For me, I think the most dramatic difference is that I'm actually planning. I'm actually viewing things for my future that previously I never have done. And I have all of these wonderful ideas of what my future can hold, and not letting my circumstances or previous circumstances act as like a block to what is my potential.
That's awesome. Awesome. And so going through the programs, if you don't mind, and if you don't want to, that's okay. But if you don't mind, where was your perspective prior to the program?
Prior to meeting you, I was in a very negative place. I had suicidal tendency thoughts. I was self-harming frequently, physically, mentally. Um, and I knew I needed a shift, and I actually had met you in a group healing class. I went with my friend. She had taken me, and from there I just knew that there was a connection, that like something between us that I wanted to foresee farther beyond, you know, that one class. And it really has changed my life, because I'm actually living now and viewing things on what I can do and manifesting a beautiful life.
So speaking of manifesting, we were talking before we started, and you were sharing some really exciting news. Do you want to just share a little bit about what's happening with your manifestation goals?
Yes. So one of the things that I was manifesting is a winter living situation, because currently I am full-time RVing, and my winter situation, I wasn't sure because my campground that I'm currently at closes down. And out of the blue, I received a text message from somebody I had met at a yoga studio I had gone to months ago. We had kind of connected, but obviously with, you know, Corona, I haven't really seen her because we can't go to the yoga studio. And she had reached out to me saying that she was looking for a roommate. So that's kind of in process right now for my winter stay, to kind of be able to potentially live with her in a matter that's financially beneficial to me and for her as well.
That's so awesome. I mean, we're not even 30 days into the program, and you've already manifested. Do you feel that you've already removed some of the blocks and limitations that you had on yourself to manifest easier by going through the other programs?
Yes. In regards to, especially with the tips that you've shared today, one, retraining how I think has been a foundation for me in the program, especially for my transformation. Just retraining how I think in general, and then viewing everything as an opportunity, whether it's good or bad, or what learning experience I can take from it. These are things that, you know, we have previously worked on together that I think have, you know, built a really great foundation for me, and, you know, have to the universe to show that I'm open and ready.
Awesome. And I know that we've worked for months together. So this question may seem out of the blue for the listeners, but my question to you, and I didn't ask you this prior, is knowing that you are very spiritually connected, do you see signs? You know, we were talking about seeing things from a higher perspective. And I know that when we were doing some work together, there was very significant signs for you. Are you still experiencing them, or is there like something like, I see hearts all over the place, like they're always coming to me, and that's always a sign that I'm on track, that I'm loved, and that God is supporting me? Does that type of feeling happen to you, like where you just feel connected and guided and directed in life?
Yeah, I don't have, to my knowledge anyway, the recurring signs, but I definitely do have signs show up to me that I'm, you know, on the right path, or just that that little voice in your head that's your higher self just speaking to you and telling you that, you know, to do something that, you know, you personally wouldn't have thought of, but your higher self or whoever is telling you to like go do this or think about this. Or I've had it the other day where it's just like I was doing something and they're like, look in this drawer, you're gonna find something that you need. And, you know, just like little things like that.
That's awesome. I love that. And there's so many people that come to me that like they want that connection. They want that not only connection with themselves and people, but they want that connection to their higher self. And I know as a child, that was something I always looked for. I always believed in a higher power, but I wasn't sure how to see things from a higher perspective. And one of the things I know to see things from a higher perspective is to gain that connection. And for me, it was releasing all of these negative belief systems that I had about myself in order to realize that I was worthy to receive that connection. Does that feel similar to you, or is there a different story?
No, that seems exactly right. Like, I always wanted that spiritual connection, and it's always there. It's just you being aware to it. And I think, especially through this program and the other programs I've done with you, is becoming aware of how many signs that you're getting a day and how connected you really can be if you just like sit and open yourself up to it, how much is actually coming through to you.
Awesome. And, going through these two different programs with me, are there tools? I mean, I know there's tons of tools that we've gone over, too many to share here, but do you have like 2 or 3 that are like your, I lost her. I was going to ask her if she had 2 or 3 of her go-to questions or go-to tools to help her move forward. So we'll see if she pops on. But I know for many of my clients, as you already heard, are affirmations and meditations. My favorite tools are the empowering questions, because anytime you go into a stressful state, if you train your mind to ask yourself empowering questions, then you'll be able to find empowering answers. See, the quality of your life comes down to the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. So learning to ask really empowering questions is a key to seeing things from a higher perspective. And know that if you are looking to really get through some of your blocks and limitations and struggles, I am putting together a small group of women to go through the Fear to Freedom program, which will be launched by tomorrow evening, possibly Friday. Here she is. So that will be coming up. So just put a comment if you are interested in learning more about those programs, and I'll make sure that you get the information. There you are.
Hi, sorry about that.
No worries. Technology is the way it is. So I was just going to ask you if there is a couple of tools that are like, there's many that we've talked about over the months working together, but is there any like your favorite go-to tools?
I think one that I use on a daily basis is the energy triangle. I think it's ingrained within me to kind of just use it as second nature now on, what do I need to do for me to either uplift myself or get out of a situation or something. Am I doing what I need to be doing that's best fulfilling me?
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the energy triangle yet. So that will be, tomorrow is all about energy. So maybe we'll bring in the energy triangle tomorrow. But I have a very special guest for tomorrow. I can't wait to introduce her to everybody. But so you got the energy triangles, or any others, or is that like, that's kind of like the hub, I feel, where all the other tools are in it. So that's like the best one to master.
Yeah.
Awesome. So in closing, Angelica, is there anything that you would say to someone that's struggling, maybe where you were, or maybe not quite in that same space, but just struggling with living and appreciating life? We have so much greatness in the world, and when you are so stuck in yourself, it's hard to see the greatness. And so, and I know you see it now, as you're saying, you're, envisioning a beautiful future and, having all these creative ideas. Is there someone that you could say or speak? Is there something you could or want to say to someone that may have been where you were or close to where you're at that could help them move forward?
I would say, stay connected, find, more or less your tribe of people like-minded to you, really figure out, what it is that you like to do, and kind of dive into it. Just, something to keep you uplifting and more or less distracted until you can become grounded enough to have a stable foundation mentally.
Awesome. And something you just said is so important is to find your community and tribe. And prior to you coming on live with me, we were talking about how somebody inspired you from our group. And I just think that that's so true, is that that's what's so wonderful about working together collectively, is because, like there's thousands of tools out there and you might be using this tool and this tool and this tool, and somebody says this, and then you connect with that again. And so what has it been like for you to be part of not only the Take Back Your Life community, but the Forever Freedom community and the community that we've created?
I love having so many supportive people just surrounding you. They say that you are who you surround yourself with, the top people you surround yourself with. So, if you look around and you don't like, who you are, kind of assess who you're surrounding yourself with. And if you're surrounding yourself with such, strong, empowering, especially females in my mind, like that is just going to set you up so well to, really get yourself going. I just love the community that you're building, and I'm so happy just to be able to be a part of it.
Cool. And there was someone that shared something, and I'd like to say that she can just be acknowledged. I don't remember who it was, but you said,
yes, I can't remember exactly who it was, but I know it was talked about like doing meditation every day. And I kind of realized that I used to meditate every day. And I realized I'm like, I can't remember the last time I actually meditated consecutively or, at all. So that's definitely something that I've been incorporating back in the last couple of days, realizing that just really kind of just sets me back on track.
Cool. So as I've been saying from the beginning, the power of sharing through this process is you have no idea whose life you're going to touch and how you're going to help somebody. And just that little thing, like maybe that's the action you need to take to get you're already halfway or already done the winter manifestation. So you've got another few weeks to add another something in there, It doesn't have to end when the challenge ends, but, so being a part of the community and sharing is really important, because you don't know what your one little saying, how that's going to have a ripple effect on everybody else. Is there anything else you'd like to share as we close for today, Angelica?
No, I think we touched on everything. I'm just very thankful to be here, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks so much for coming. I appreciate it. And have a wonderful, fabulous day, Angelica.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. What I thought would be...
So what happens is, there was two Brendas. So here was someone that didn't see her future, didn't know where her life was taking her, had suicidal thoughts, didn't know what was going to be what. Living a fulfilled life. You heard her, she's living. And so what would that mean for you if you were able to take your life to that level, right? So there's three keys to transformation, three keys to finding a supportive and a program that supports you. One is community, and you've heard many women throughout this week talk about the community, the sisterhood, and how it's lifted them up, took them to, supported them, and they feel supported. They get to support, they get to inspired and be empowered. The next is having accountability and accountability to what you're going to achieve and go through. And, that is a key to a successful program. The next is learning to shift things on the subconscious. You heard her say she reprogrammed her thoughts. She realized that her past wasn't dictating her future. Her past wasn't now going to implement the way that she lived her life. She reprogrammed her thoughts, her feelings, and her emotions around her past to live in her life now, right? And the next is having a guide and a mentor, someone to take you through processes, take you through life. Look at professional sports athletes, right? They don't have one, they don't have no coach. They have multiple coaches and guides to get them out of their head, get them moving forward, guiding them to take the steps, to take the action, to practice, to be held accountable, right? So here's your opportunity right now. Right now is your opportunity to apply to Fear to Freedom, because a Fear to Freedom has all of that, has all of the things that I just mentioned, has a coaches, myself and my coaches, taking you through where you are to where you want to go, giving you tools, resources, and reprogramming your subconscious mind so that you don't default back to old behaviors. Right? You have accountability and community in our sisterhood. That's just beautiful and supportive of you, as you heard. And um, uh, you have the ability to be part of that community, and you have accountability, us holding your hand, taking you and reinforcing to where you are, to where you want to be. And we work on reprogramming your subconscious. Doors are closing soon, so apply now. Take advantage of this moment right now and go there. By now, you already know the work that you've done this week and how it's changed your life. Allow that to be for you right now. Apply at apply.brendakiss.com. I look forward to reading your applications. Have a magnificent, wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.